only thing that's left is a bigger beard and more hair. Otherwise,
it's
it will
coming.
be blown. Michael, thank you so much for joining us for an episode of Par Lunch. The Pizza Mogul, Pizza Jesus, Slayer of Big Pizza, Armor of Rebel, voice of the people that make less than $15. I wish you were around when I was a busboy. Michael Lastoria from And Pizza. Thank you so much for joining us.
All right. Yeah, good to be here.
Awesome. We start with lunch.
I mean, it is 11 a.m. in all fairness to everybody watching here. So I was thinking about rebranding this as Brunchbox.
Brunchbox. What are you eating for lunch?
I am going to make, so I've got this amazing new pizza crust from Bonza, who And Pizza is partnering with in the coming days. And we're going to be rolling out their new crust in our shape, right, in all of our shops. We're super excited about.
Well, I'm not
as much as I love, ooh, what do you, oh.
Unlike you, I'm loyal and I couldn't wait. Like, you know, you were 30 seconds late and I did have to grab a piece or two. I feel like we emulate you a lot. And if that's not clear, it should be in terms of, you know, the way you have repped, you know, people who need representation in the hospitality community, you know, the brands you've touched and created, we think it's awesome.
We could provide the smallest bit of inspiration. I'm happy to, brother. Really, really proud of what you and the team are doing at Lunchbox. Love the product, love the software stack, and just love everything you're doing. So congrats on all the success.
Talking about emulating your heroes, we pay for your tattoos if it's food related, right? And we got that from you because you guys, you know, you did that campaign with you'll pay for the tattoo for if they got the ampersand. Did you have to get one?
Oh, I have one, absolutely. And I've got my second one that's being designed right now. Even if And Pizza is just a step along your employment journey, the ampersand, you know, means so much to different people because it's just a symbol. To us, obviously, it's about unity, uniting the working class. But to anyone that came through or passed by or is still here, you know, they take personal meaning to it, which is super cool. We've actually had, at one point, it was about 25% of our entire workforce had the And tattooed. And it's been interesting, and people look at it, you know, from all different lights. I think we got the most amount of criticism when we opened up in Boston. People didn't like it, the idea of branding your employees. And I had to remind everyone that, look, this is not about us. This is about a movement. This is about people feeling appreciation, support, and connected to something bigger than the brand, getting around and rallying around this notion of unity in the working class, paying living wages, democratizing decision-making, all the things you're doing at Lunchbox as well. It's you know, it's kind of the going forward way things are going to be done.
How many times a week do you get compared to Jared Leto?
Jeez, I wish. I wish. He's the better looking version. If there ever was to be a movie, I would absolutely dub him to play the character.
You'd do it. You'd lose 80 pounds to do it. Even or gain 80 pounds. Favorite fast food, no one's watching. It's 2 a.m. Nothing's open. You need to order something. And
so I love, look, I mean, it's a tough question because I love fast food. And I've been eating fast food. I mean, I grew up, you know, a hillbilly in a small town of 500 people, and I had to drive 30 minutes, i.e. like 25 miles to the closest fast food place, which is McDonald's. So I grew up on McDonald's. So my answer is probably going to be, if not pizza, McDonald's, and I can go in and crush a Big Mac, double cheeseburger meal, as well as a 10-piece of nuggets. And I love the hot mustard sauce.
How does someone who's been in the grind for years want to go ahead and look at social capitalism and look at how they can be part of the movement you've created? How do they make that switch?
I mean, on the employee side, it's quite easy, given many have been sort of grossly underpaid and underappreciated. And so I think, you know, grabbing those and getting those people along for the ride is very easy. I think those that have been in leadership positions that have been doing things a certain way for decades, it can be a tougher pill to swallow. I just remind people that, look, like, disruption has hit the food service industry quite hard, more from the technological disruption. Wage disruption and benefit disruption is coming as well. And it's one of those things that I argue you're better to be a couple steps ahead versus a couple steps behind, because when wages increase, if you're not set up in a way to take advantage of that, if you're the last one to do it and the government's forcing you to, I don't think your employees are going to be super stoked about that. So you're better off, you know, taking some of the dollars that you have today, investing in trying to figure out, is there a way that you can weaponize that? Is there a way that you can, you know, turn it on its head and create, you know, lower turnover, greater productivity, a better overall culture, and as a result of that, you know, perhaps even greater top line sales? I mean, you and I both know the more that the longer we can keep people in a restaurant, in a pizza shop, right, in a store, the better that store performs. It's just the nature of it. Better, middle of the P&L margin story, better top line growth, better comp growth. And that's really the name of the game. And that's why I think for us, higher wages has led to better margins, even though we're paying, on average, a starting wage of $16 an hour, we're putting up the best margins in the pizza industry. And that's really crazy, since most companies are seeing structural and margin headwinds.
Michael, you're the man. You really are. So appreciative you made time for us.